Coach Duncan Crowie named a final squad of 21 players to represent South Africa at the U17 Africa Cup of Nations tournament set to take place in Algeria later in the month. The youngsters will have a tough task of navigating a tough group which includes 5-time world champions at the under-17 level Nigeria, neighbours Zambia and first opponents Morocco. The squad is set to leave the country at the end of the week. Newzroom Afrika's Yolulwe Qoshe has more.
Is now all systems go for the South African under-17 side, who will prepare to do battle at their AFCON competition coming up later this month in Algeria. Today brought the end of months and weeks of headaches for Coach Duncan Crowie, who whittled down a squad that at one point had 180 players to a final squad of 21, which will represent South Africa at the Continental Showpiece. Well, it features 3 players from outside South African shores in goalkeeper Carl Jansen, who plies his trade for Atlanta United in the United States. In defense, they've got Waylian Reynick, who also plies his trade in England for Norwich City. And in the forwards, we've got Michael Dukomnu, who plays for Vitesse. In terms of South Africa, a lot of clubs are represented, including, of course, the likes of Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and Mamelodi Sundowns, who have that man, Siyabonga Mabena, who has made his debut and is now looking like a permanent fixture in the Mamelodi Sundowns first team setup at just the tender age of 16. The team will be led by Benjamin Wallace, who is the player from SuperSport United's academy, but also spent some time in England having trials at English Premier League outfit Fulham. Coach Crowie also spoke about how difficult a task it was for him to reach this final amount of players, saying there was so much quality to choose from and saying that there were absolutely no bad players to leave out, but they had to be left out because of the tournament regulations. For South Africa, they won't have to wait long for them to start doing battle in the North African country. They will kick off their tournament on the 29th of April when they take on Morocco. For Newzroom Afrika, channel 405, I am Yolulwe Qoshe at Supper House in Johannesburg.